video is going to be my favourites of 2023. I meant to film this much earlier in the year. I can't believe it's February already, but here we are. Well, maybe it's April. So bear with me. I actually feel quite nervous. Really quickly though, the reason I have decided to film videos is because in 2020, when the world completely changed, I realised just how much I love reading, and I found booktube and I've enjoyed it so much. It really did save me in many ways. I absolutely fell in love with booktube and booktubers and really appreciated the inspiration and the advice and the recommendations. My bank balance doesn't, but I do. So without further ado, this is my contribution and my beginning, and I thought I would just be real and raw. I've not scripted anything. Did recently realise that, I noticed when I was watching other booktubers that they mentioned that they sometimes script. But yeah, I thought I'd just be real today because my favourite books of 2023 are genuinely my favourites. I didn't have a year of reading where, I don't know, it felt not as good as the previous years. No idea why that was really. I feel like I understand my taste really well and I'm very, very blessed. I really do enjoy, or can enjoy, any genre. So yeah, it's quite easy. I mean, it takes a very long time for me in a bookshop to pick out a title, but yeah, I'm very lucky. So without further ado, sorry, drifting off, let's start with, I've kind of done this in a, well, I have done this in a bracket battle format. So I did it in my journal. I'm not going to show you because obviously I don't want to spoil the video. So I did start off with months, but I think as I went along I realised, as I mentioned, this year hasn't been the most exciting reading year for me, although I have found one new all-time favourite, maybe two actually, certainly new authors that I absolutely adore. It hasn't been amazing, so I was sort of scrimping and scratching for like a big selection of books to pick from for the bracket challenge. So I drifted away from doing one, my favourite of the months, and I just went through and had to pick out, because some months I didn't have a favourite, that's what I'm trying to say. Some months I didn't have a favourite, so I then had to pick out a couple from January, etc. Anyway, let's start with the first two that are going to battle. I have gone in order of reading, so that's the order. I didn't pull them out of a jar or anything. I just thought, let's just be real and let's just follow my 2023 reading year journey. So the first favourite that I discovered was Alone with You in the Ether by Olivia Blake, and I knew I would love this the minute I actually got the special edition, because I just knew I would love it, and I absolutely did. It was beautiful, and the story itself so two people, Reagan and Aldo, meet in an art gallery, and it's an exploration of love. It's not your traditional romance. It's a beautiful exploration of addiction and antisocial behaviour, and I kind of think, for me, it just felt like the right people meeting at the right time to heal. Maybe, I think everyone that read this would have a different experience though, so whatever the synopsis gives you, I think that's probably what you're going to get out of it. So yeah, so this one is battling against Empire of the Vampire. What a battle! So, Empire of the Vampire by J. Christoph. I mean, what a journey. So this actually took me a year to read because it's probably one of the most harrowing things I've ever read, frankly. There was very little joy, apart from the writing. The writing for me was exquisite. So if you like a harrowing, dark, bloody vampire story where you would love to explore the realms of traditionally you get to that crescendo, that point in the story, and any minute now someone's going to come in and rescue you, and they just don't. If you want to experience that, go for this. And the winner of this battle is Empire of the Vampire. I spent a year for this with this guy, and I can't wait for the sequel. So, it was always going to be this guy. Okay, the next battle is actually between The Toll by Neil Schusterman. So I read the whole. Did I read the whole series last year? I certainly read this one last year, and I thought it was an absolutely perfect ending. I really enjoyed it. It went places I never would have imagined, and I really enjoyed the take on how many different ways you could just decide on how you would take someone's life. Like in the position that these sides are in, I love the exploration of how they taught themselves to do it, how they allowed themselves to do it, what their preference, and I just thoroughly enjoyed being in Neil Schusterman's head whilst he kind of popped that on paper and really thought it through himself. It was, I know, I just thought it was brilliant. And that will be battling against Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss. I don't really know how to talk about this one. It's absolutely a new all-time favourite. Absolutely. It is beautiful. The writing is the best writing I've ever read. The characters are just to die for. And honestly, at this point, if Patrick Rothfuss wrote a book about Quoth having a cup of tea with a cat, I'd read it. I love Quoth, and you know, if and when he gets around to writing the final book or the next installment in this, I will eat it up. That said, I have not read the Narrow Road, or what's it called? The Narrow Road Between Desires, or The Silent Stillness, I think it's called. They're literally there, but you know, I have to stretch. Yet, but I find, and I don't know if you find this, but I find when I know I'm gonna love a book, I hold back for some reason. I don't know what I'm saving them for. I just know I'm gonna love it, and I want to save it for that moment when I'm just gonna need it. Well, I'm not sure. Who are we kidding? I don't know. Anyway, they're gonna battle, and the winner is Name of the Wind. Okay, next up, a battle between A Skinful of Shadows by Frances Harding. And I absolutely loved the reading experience. It had a beautiful fairy tale, and I love fairy tales, sort of retelling feel to it. But as I say, it's not stuck in my brain, unfortunately. Maybe that's a good thing though, because actually that provides me with the most perfect rereading experience. And although as I read it, I'm sure I'll think, oh yeah, I remember that. Actually, I just know that I loved this story, and I'm much more likely to reread it, and I might even get a more sort of, you know, that first time reading experience again. Who knows? But this is going to be battling with The Electric State by Simon Stellenhug, and yeah, this was, I mean, I don't know how much I can show. I don't think I can show anything really. So this is told through images and stories, and the images are just, I don't know, absolutely incredible. So again, I actually don't as such, I think this is just like a post-apocalyptic maybe journey. I mean, the more I look at it, the more it's coming back to me. I read this much earlier in the year, and again with this one, these are the perfect two to pair up, because this one, again, it was just more a feeling. And I will look, there's at least two more books, kind of like all standalones but in the same world, I believe. I will definitely be picking these up. Anyway, these will be battling, and this one wins. I think just vibes. That's why that wins. Just vibes. Okay, next battle. Our Wives Under the Sea. Again, beautiful exploration of loss and grief, love, weird. Yeah, beautiful. And that will be battling, sorry, Our Wives Under the Sea by Julia Armfield. That will be battling Happy Place by Emily Henry. And the reason I love this is because I have loved every single book by Emily Henry. I think they're just really happy. Happy Place. I just need that sometimes, and the way she writes and brings characters together, I eat it up. So these two will be battling, and the winner is Happy Place, again because of vibes. So hopefully through watching this video you'll get an idea of at least where I was at last year, but hopefully you'll also be able to see that I really do read, you know, anything. Okay, the next battle is between Red Rising. So I saw this everywhere on YouTube, a booktube darling, and I just had to give it a go. It was right up my alley, and I loved it. I really loved the beginning, and then as the book went on, I need to read the next one basically. I think it kind of lost me a little bit when it went a bit Hunger Games, even though I loved the Hunger Games. But yeah, I just want to read the next one and see where it goes. Anyway, but it was absolutely a favourite of last year, and that is up against The Quiet Stillness of Empty Houses by L.V. Russell. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, this is written by my best friend of all time. However, I love this story because I love it. I've read her previous works, and this is something else entirely, completely different. Give her a look up. She's amazing. And obviously I'm gonna tell you that I love her dearly, but this book is in this list because it haunted me. It took me in. I couldn't put it down. I loved the twists. There's so many, now after I've read it, there's so many moments where I thought, oh my god, you know, and then, you know, you find out why, and you must read it. It's a beautiful, I would say, haunted house story. I'm not sure everyone would agree, but that's what I think. And in this battle, this one had me from start to finish, so this one wins. We're getting there, guys. Last two first battles. So the first book in this battle is Fractal Noise. I don't actually own Fractal Noise. I listen to it on audiobook, so we're using To Sleep in a sea of stars as like a placeholder. I wrote fractal noise on here. It's excellent, isn't it? So fractal noise was, sorry, I'm saying it wrong. Fractal noise was about some people walking for a really long time, and it was absolutely excellent. And if you don't believe me, read it. And that's battling against Love and Other Human Errors. Now, this is written by Bethany Clift. I read her first book, Last One at the Party, and I have no idea why people are not making more noise about this woman. Last One at the Party was my favourite book of 2022, and it was excellent. And when I read it, I have to say, so I would like to be an author. I'm an aspiring author. I want to write my own novels. And when I started reading Last One at the Party, I thought, oh crap, she beat me to it. she's writing in exactly the way I want to write. I ate it up. It was grotesque and it was beautiful, and it was I would sum it up with Bridget Jones meets the ends of the world at the end of the world. So everyone else dies and Bridget Jones survives. That's how I would sum it up. I'm so sorry if Bethany does not like that summation, but that's how I saw it, and it made me adore it. And I mean that with all the love in the world. So obviously I picked up Love and Other Human Errors, and I didn't love it quite as much as The Last One at the Party, but that's purely because, like, I love post-apocalyptic stories. I absolutely love them. This was just slightly, you know, didn't appeal quite as much, but her writing was there, her character work was there, and yeah. Read Bethany Clift. Everyone go out. If I could implore you to buy one book from this list, actually two books, because obviously I want you to read The Quiet Stillness of Empty Houses as well. Please, if you're going to buy anything, Haunted House, really cool love story. I think the main character, I don't want to get this wrong actually. It's about Indiana Dillon and their love story, and they're the kind of character who would absolutely love to avoid all human contact if they possibly could, and they've up to this point orchestrated their life in order to do so. You know, everything is the same. They have this routine, and then obviously, you know, shenanigans. So anyway, oh no, not that one. So anyway, Factual Noise versus Love and Other Human Errors, and this is the winner. So genuinely, this was close. This wins because vibes, but this was excellent too. Taking a nice long stroll on a desolate planet. It's brilliant. Go and read it. Okay, final first battles will be Babel by R.F. Kuang. I mean, yeah, brilliant. Genius. No questions, you know. I'm sure you don't need me to explain this book. And then this is going up against Under the Whispering Door. Now, I absolutely loved The House on the Cerulean Sea, and then I've really struggled with TJ Klune's work. It just hasn't quite hit in the same way. So when I started this one, I felt, oh no, I really wanted, after loving House on the Cerulean Sea, I really wanted to love TJ Klune as an author. I just felt like we could work, you know. But yeah, I started this one and I thought, oh no, it's not going to work for me. The main character at the beginning of this is meant to be unlikable, but it's just that TJ Klune did almost too good of a job, I think. But in the end, I was ugly crying, so you know. I haven't decided between these two which one wins. Babel wins. Although that book did make me ugly cry, Babel's just genius. So yeah. So next battles. Ooh. Okay. Empire of the Vampire versus The Name of the Wind. The Name of the Wind's gotta take it. I'm sorry, boo. I love you though. Yeah, Name of the Wind. Favorite book of all time. What can I say? Next is Electric State versus Happy Place, and Happy Place wins. It just does. It just does. Vibes. That's why. Okay, Quiet Stillness versus Love and Other Human Errors. Oh, Quiet Stillness. Quiet Stillness wins because Quiet Stillness won that one because of the spooky vibes. That's why. Because of spooky vibes. Okay. Oh, I just realised I don't have anything to go up against Fable. Does that mean it just wins? Okay. Cool. That makes that one easy. Finally, so yeah, that will be Babel. Okay, let's just move on. I don't think I did it right in my journal. Oh, Name of the Wind versus Happy Place. Name of the Wind. Quiet Stillness versus Babel. I'm gonna have to go with Quiet Stillness. I just enjoyed the vibes more. But that means that my favourite book of 2023 is going up against my bestest friend in the whole world's book. And the issue that we have here, well, actually, fun fact, L.V. Russell's favourite book in the whole world ever is Name of the Wind. I'm sorry, bestie, but we're going with Name of the Wind for the winner. I just have to. I mean, when I say it's my favourite book, I have 3 copies. Now hear me out. This is a floppy, not quite as floppy as the one I gave to my friend, but a floppy paperback. This is the special edition hardback, which I actually originally bought, forgot I had, and then purchased this off of Vinted, I believe. And then I found, obviously, and then I found this version. And then this version I found, I don't know if it's shining, I'm so sorry if it is, but this version has illustrations in it, so I had to. And I just love this cover. This cover is so beautiful. So there we have it. My favourite book of 2023 is The Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss. It's about Quoth and all of the awful, horrendous things that he has to deal with growing up. And then he goes to a magic school. Yeah. And, you know, what more could you want from that, really? I hope that gives you an idea, some idea of what you'll be getting from me in the future, and hopefully every video that I produce will get better and better and better with practice. Thank you so much if you've got this far, just spending a little bit of time with me, getting to know me, and I hope that I've inspired you to pick up a couple of books. Feel free in the comments to let me know if there's anything else you need from me. Obviously, I kind of want to make this channel very cozy and relaxed, but you know, we will aim for some professionalism. We will aim for it, you know, aim high. You never know where you're gonna land. And going forward, we'll just see. I have no, yes, absolutely, I'll be talking about books, reviewing books, but hopefully I'll also be talking about writing. I have actually also filmed a video where I actually interview Elvie Russell and do her hair, because my paid work currently, my career is as a hairdresser and has been for 20 years. So this is a new venture for me, a new journey, and I look forward to getting to know some of you. So say hi down below. Until next time, bye. Hi there, editing Nick's just hopping on. So I just wanted to say before you disappear that I did do a little screen record of my all of the books that I read and logged on Goodreads, so stick around, and as like a little outro I'll just scroll slowly through them, and you can see what else I read since I wasn't around on BookTube last year, just so you know what I'm picking my faves, what kind of pool I'm picking my faves out of. Anyway, thank you so much. If you've been watching till now, you pop a little cat in the comments just so I know you've been here. That would be an absolute delight. And I keep forgetting in all the videos I've posted so far, do me a fave, if you could just subscribe, like, you could even press that little bell thingy, you know, it would really help. Mwah.